All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Let's talk about NNPC. NNPC Awodi-07 oil discovery. I'm learning about this. They say 146,000 barrels per day while the nation debates debt and inflation. A massive new oil a massive new oil find has just been confirmed in the Niger Delta. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC) has just officially announced a major breakthrough in the shallow offshore western Niger Delta. Money, 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 money. Excuse me. So they're saying in a statement released that's today.
So if you're gonna sing about money, money, money like that, the people, the Nigerian people will be asking you too that. Well, we want to say it in our pocket.
That used to be Donald Trump's theme song on The Apprentice when he was on The Apprentice with the NBC.
That's right.
Anyway, so they said in a statement released today, Monday, January 26, 2026, the NNPC confirmed the successful discovery of the Awodi-07 well, operated in partnership with Chevron. Preliminary reports suggest this new find has a production capacity of up to 146,000 barrels per day, marking one of the most significant milestones for the joint venture in years. While the government is hailing this as a victory for energy security and the Petroleum Industry Act, critics are already asking if this new oil will actually lower the price of petrol for the average Nigerian or if it's just another legacy project for the books. So with production targets aiming for 2 million barrels per day by next year, is this a discovery that is this going to help Nigeria in terms of economy? What are we looking at here? What is your take on this? Oil, the dependency on oil is still very much the order of the day. So is this a good thing?
Thank you, Ola. Yeah, quite a good development. However, understand that is not the only frontier that is bringing some prospect of better economic days ahead for the average Nigerian and the government of the country. Of course, you must also have heard that in the last few hours, if not a few days, the Shell Petroleum Company has decided that it will be spending or investing a substantial amount of money, namely about $20 billion on offshore production in Nigeria. And that in itself, it's remarkable considering the fact that at the point Shell Petroleum Development Corporation started divesting, its interest concerning oil prospecting in some of the inland oil wells because of the troubles. Remember Shell's trouble with the people of Ogoni, the connivance between Shell, that is SPDC then, and the discredited administration of Sani Abacha that murdered by using a judicial element, the late Huma Merchant, comedian, and publisher, Mr. Kensaro Wiwa. A well-known environmental activist. So after those years, so if now this discovery is being made by Chevron that would give about over 147,000 barrels per day, and then you consider you also combine that with the prospect coming from Shell, its desire to invest over $20 billion over the next few years in offshore production, and possibly also concerning liquefied natural gas. You will understand that since are beginning to look brighter for Nigeria. However, the tale is not that of not having money every day, money every day in Nigeria, but how much of it serves the interests of the majority of the populace in that country, and then all the empty promises about infrastructural spending, which when you travel Nigeria today, you are more likely to spend longer hours on the road than usual, because the federal roads, and whether federal roads or state roads, they are simply non-existent, or you find a government dragging forever on the completion, if not construction, of these roads. So this is so troubling. And then the news that also came in earlier today touched on the fact that Nigerian aviation industry, domestic flight operators, are really losing money because of the what I would call the greed factor on the part of both the government and operators of private airlines in Nigeria. Those routes, the flights are overpriced, and so the law of diminishing return and economic equilibrium striking at each other is making it no longer interesting for Nigerians to want to. It's not sustainable that one-way flight in Nigeria could cost you as much as 750,000 naira. And where is that money coming from? So, yes, it will look like discoveries are being made. It will look like Shell will spend more money, $20 billion. That's a lot of money. It will look like, money will continue to come to the coffers of the government of the Federation. But in terms of the empowerment of the average Nigerian citizen economically, it does not really look like the trajectory will really work for everybody, until whether IMF is reporting positively on the economic reforms being championed by BAT, that is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of the country, whether IMF is doing that, whether these discoveries are being made, whether foreign direct investments are coming in, whether the government is bragging about what is going on and what have you. Insecurity in the country, number one, would always rubbish the gains that would be made in terms of reforms, number one. The greed factor that makes sure that whatever is coming to the country does not percolate to the critical mass of the people, the vast majority, which constitute more than 75% of the population of Nigeria, would also make it a sad situation that Nigerians will not benefit from whatever this would want to translate into. And look at the issue of unequitable distribution of taxes, the returns and the reforms being touted already, which is being discredited that, there is some discrepancy between what was appropriated by the National Assembly and sent to the presidency, to Bola Ahmed Tinubu for presidential assent, and then what eventually became the act that has been passed into law. So these discrepancies, the integrity of the system is what we're talking about here right now, in simple lingo, in simple language. The integrity of the system, can it be trusted? Would it work for everybody? Or is going to continue as a case, as a situation of the rich getting richer, the well-connected having to go to Aso Rock and get their own portion of that money, without my own folks in ayede-ogbese, Usho, Akure, elsewhere, being able to say that, yes, we are getting our fair share from the system until such a guarantee can be given, until such a guarantee can be palpable and be felt by everybody concerning what comes to the table at dinner time, at breakfast, at lunch time. Forget it. There will be money, but hardly would there be enough for everybody to say, this is our Commonwealth. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, we know, I mean, they're saying 146,000 barrels of oil per day. So it's not just about that, but it's also about who's going to buy it. We've seen quite a lot of news from the Dangote group for the Dangote refinery, who is currently, I think they said they're importing about 40% of their crude from abroad.
Yeah.
So,
and do not forget the quantum of production being promised by Donald Trump concerning the Venezuela Rofo and elsewhere. Even America also, America is an oil producing country. So all these things that looks like, we are making huge discovery.
Right.
It's a very competitive market. The only edge that Nigeria has is that kind of oil may be really priced, may be choicy, internationally. But to think that, we enjoy some supreme kind of territorial stuff concerning oil production. No. Everywhere, oil is being discovered every day. And think of the danger of people moving away from fossil oil consumption, that is patronage, to a cleaner a kind of energy situation. So yeah, Nigeria should always be proactive and be years ahead in terms of how to protect its heritage. So if oil becomes something the world doesn't want anymore, what are the alternatives available to Nigeria and Nigerians? And then, let us leave other topics for.
We have what are other things available? We have Dirty December. We have, maybe we can get back to some agriculture. Warm Spring. We have some. We have Afrobeats. We have Nollywood.
By the way, Ola, have you seen the proactive disposition of Omoyele Sowore lately about going around Nigeria and profiling and showcasing the tourism potential of that country?
Hold that thought. Let's land on that right away. Hold that thought real quick. Hit like, share, subscribe, follow, turn up your notifications, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on. Welcome back. Let's move on. Just hit like for us and leave your opinions on the videos. I appreciate you. We'll be right back.